What is sugar daddy sharing? Okay, so spent 10 years in prison, been out a few years, and sugar daddy sharing is something that happens in a female prison, and a lot of people don't really know the ins and outs, so I'm going to explain it, and here it is from an inmate recently released. Let's go. Okay, y'all, so if you didn't know, sugar daddies are a really common thing in a female prison. There's a lot of ways to get a sugar daddy. I'm not really going to go through all of the, ins and outs of that, but it is a common thing. A lot of women don't have family to support them. You need money when you're in prison. You need some sort of support system if you really want to make it. And a lot of times women will find sugar daddies. I have a video on this. I don't really condone this because, it's pretty effed up. It's a flaw thing to do to somebody, but it is something that happens all the time. And I did not personally do it. So let's just get that out of the way. But there is something called sugar daddy sharing. And what happens is, when you make contact with a sugar daddy, because you're pretty much, and by the way, a sugar daddy and a pen pal is pretty much the same thing in a female prison. But when you make contact, you're going to make contact with at least, 20 or 30 pen pals, aka sugar daddies, before you find one that you feel you can actually get money or some sort of benefit out of. Like, it's not just every single person that you write is going to be willing to help you or look out for you. So you're going to have to put in some work. But when you finally do find the one that you know is willing to help, this is what happens. Now, we all know that women look different. Some are maybe more attractive than others. We also know that people have different skill sets. Some may have the skill set to write a nasty letter a little better than yourself. So say you have somebody that is really attractive, but they suck at writing. But then you have someone that's not as attractive, but they can write a mean sex letter, okay? Woo, they can make that thing nasty. What you're gonna do is you're gonna come together, and the prettier person, the prettier girl, is going to put her picture and her info out there. Then the one that writes really well is going to write the letters. And together, you're going to split the profit. Whatever you get from this guy, you guys are going to split the profits, and you're going to live off of that. And it's kind of like a team effort. That's how you kind of, share the responsibility, and you both win. Now, on the flip side of this, say you're about to EOS, which is end of sentence. You're about to EOS. You're about to go home soon. You have 3 really good sugar daddies. They send you a lot of money. You know good and well that you're not going to go home to them, even though they think you guys are going to get married and have this grand life together. You know that's just not the case. So what you do is you're going to sell him off to somebody else. And when you sell him off to somebody else, you might put whatever price, let's say $50 or $100, based on how much that sugar daddy or pen pal puts out there. You're going to make your price, and you're going to collect your payment from another girl who possibly and most likely has a lot more time left. Now, what that girl is going to do is, before you leave and while you're still there, you're going to start talking about that girl, and you're going to start saying things like, my friend Amanda, she's such a nice girl. I feel so bad for her. She doesn't have anybody. She's got a lot of time left, and she knows that you're so great and you love me so much, and she wishes she could find somebody like you. And so if you have, any friends or anyone I'm going to send you her picture, and here it is. But anyway, she said hi and thank you so much for helping. And boom, now he just got this letter. He's been introduced to Amanda through you. He's got a picture of her, and he knows that she's alone. But because he loves you and trusts you, and you've just given her the stamp of approval, he kind of is more, all the apprehension and all the walls that he might have up over finding a new person, because you're going to burn him at some point soon. Those are all down. All his guards and all his defenses are down, because at this point, he's being introduced to Amanda in a good way, in a good light through you. You're going to continue to talk about Amanda. You're going to continue to talk about how good she is, how good of a person she is, how it's so sad that, she doesn't have any family, how crappy they are to her, how she didn't deserve this. And you're just going to continue to hype her up for the last, month or so that you're there. And then you're going to continue to keep saying, hey, Amanda said thank you. Amanda said hi, and just keep putting her in the game. And what will happen at that point is, about a week or two before you leave, Amanda is going to write this sugar daddy. And she's going to say, hey, Bill, I'm Amanda, and I got your address and information from whomever, from Julie. And Julie said, because she's going home soon, she wanted me to have your contact info. Therefore, not only does it solidify Bill's hope that you're coming home to him, but it also just connects connects Amanda and Bill on a personal level without having to go through you. In about a week or two, you're going to go home, and you're never going to see Bill or talk to him again. And when that happens, Amanda is going to already know and have a letter ready to put in the box about a week after, you're gone. And the letter is going to say something like, hey, Bill, I haven't heard from Julie. This is Amanda, and I really just wanted to check on her. Is she okay? Like, what's going on? I hope you guys are doing good, so on and so forth. Naturally, Bill is going to write Amanda back and be like, no, she disappeared. I don't know where she is. He's heartbroken, and it's likely that he either doesn't have a lot of people in his life, or if he does, they don't know about Julie and this pen pal relationship. And if they do, they probably don't approve of it. And they're probably like, hey, we told you so. She got you for what she could, and now she's gone, and she was just using you. So even though he realizes this is all true now and he probably got duped, he's still a human being. He's still going to want to vent about this to somebody. So he's going to vent to Amanda. I mean, it's pretty easy to predict human behavior because we all kind of do the same things. And an emotion is an emotion is an emotion. No matter where it comes from, emotions are still felt the same. Whether it's from this situation or that situation, the outcome is still the same. Pain and heartbreak is still the same no matter who or how it came about. So he's going to want to start venting and talking about it, and who better to talk to than good old Amanda, the friend. Now, this is where Amanda is going to have to jump ship, okay? She's going to have to stop being loyal and stop being friends with Julie, which, this is all a setup anyways, but she's going to have to start shit-talking Julie and being on Bill's side. So she's going to start, Bill, I'm so sorry. I don't know how she could do this to you. You're such a great guy. I would only be so fortunate to find somebody like you in my life. I can't believe she fumbled the situation. This is BS. Like, you didn't deserve this. And, I'm just so sorry that this happened. And you're going to start consoling him. You're going to start being that shoulder to cry on, that shoulder to lean on, that support system for Bill. And therefore, that is going to naturally and organically, or so it looks from the outside looking in, roll over into a more deep and serious relationship. Because now Bill is heartbroken, left high and dry. And what better way to get over somebody than to get under somebody else? And that's exactly what Bill's going to do. He's not even going to have time to really be heartbroken over Amanda, because now he's got something new to focus on, which is the friend. Right? So the friend is definitely there, and she's doing her part, and now she's going to reap all the benefits. And what really usually happens is Bill is like, okay, well, I spent my money on the wrong girl, but the wrong girl led me to the right girl, because Amanda is going to definitely come around and be like, oh my gosh, Julie is the reason we met. It was all a part of the bigger plan. If she wouldn't have, effed you over, then we would have never crossed paths and found the true love of our lives in each other and all this BS. So basically, it's just going to roll like that. And then he's not even going to be mad about the fact that he spent all this money and time and effort on Julie, because out of it came Amanda, who was the real true love, right? And boom, all is said and done. Sugar Daddy just got sold to the highest bidder. And that's pretty much the two ways of Sugar Daddy sharing. So the one is to share amongst each other. You guys power up, become a team, and knock out the looks department and the creative writing department. And number two is just straight up selling your Sugar Daddy and his information and helping ease the new girl into his life so that she can have a smooth path from here on out to get whatever benefits you were getting. And that, my friends, is the world of Sugar Daddy sharing in the Florida State Penitentiary, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not making light of this. I think it's complete bullshit. Anyways, that's it. That's all. Y'all watch out. Keep your pockets with the padlock on them. Keep your hearts guarded. And make sure you're smart when dealing with convicts, because it's a dangerous world out there when you got seriously manipulative and smart people, okay? Love y'all. See you later.